Hey there, welcome. I'm Dr. Michelle Arnold from my Holistic Health channel, Living Well with Dr. Michelle. And I would like to present today the chakras and inner rage, the root of stress-related disorders and chronic pain. I am an acupuncturist, licensed California acupuncturist, and I've been in clinical practice for over 20 years in Poway and Rancho Bernardo area of San Diego. Hello and welcome to part 2 of the chakras and how they store inner rage and cause chronic pain and stressful disorders. So the belief systems, they are stored in the root chakra, the first energy center. And the root chakra is always about the I statement, as in, I am unlovable. I am unlovable. This is a supporting belief that is predicated upon a core belief, like I am not good enough, right? Again, it really all comes down to I'm not good enough. And we learn these core beliefs about ourselves in our I statement from family, friends, school, teachers, community, church, society, etc. And our beliefs are survival instincts because they are associated with our existence and how we survive in our world. And we need to balance these negative beliefs with positive ones. So the beliefs influence our life purpose and meaning, our relationships, career and business, finances, health, and aging. False beliefs give us problems because they become a self-fulfilling prophecy, like self-sabotage. And then there's a lot of misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and they weaken our immune system. It weakens that root chakra, which results in a feeling of a loss of power. And we become more susceptible to contagious and epidemic diseases. In the root chakra, then we experience physical complaints of lower back pain, spinal problems, knee pain, leg or foot or bone problems, and other experiences of, emotional disturbances. Could be like shameful feelings. So first, signs that your problems are coming from inner repressed rage. So this is your sympathetic nervous system on overdrive. Like, maybe you have some chronic pain, but the initial injury has actually healed. There's no real reason, or there's no distinct mechanism or onset, or you might be feeling like the pain is all the time. The sleep is usually affected. There might be a history of trauma, but there could be work issues, financial strain, relationship problems, all these miscellaneous things that I mentioned before. But the pain is described as everywhere. You have a hypersensitivity to pain. And you may even be unaware of that because you may, under the same breath, say, I am really tough. I have a high pain tolerance, but I have fibromyalgia and I have anxiety and poor sleep. And you have multiple symptoms, and then you say in a very, nothing helps. No, it never changes. The pain is the same. So there's just a real lack of awareness because, in fact, you have a hypersensitivity to pain. And if there is relief, it's temporary and it often returns. Again, another sign of a psychosomatic pain. Psychosomatic means mind body, right? We just don't like using the word psychosomatic. It sounds psycho. So we can say mind body pain. So, and the pain is often, as I mentioned earlier, associated with these psycho-emotional characteristics. And there may even be a repressed fear in your subconscious of healing, because there's a fear of not having any pain. Like, what are you going to do when you actually feel better? Because maybe you have the pain to avoid something you don't want to do. Maybe underneath it, you really want to avoid working, or maybe there's somebody at work that you want to avoid, or maybe there's somebody at home that you want to avoid, or there's just something you don't want to do. And there is a fear of change because you must make the changes, and it's not always easy. Well, the pain is worsened also maybe when you hear results of imaging, like maybe you were improving by some therapies and feeling better, and then you finally get those results back of x-rays or MRI, etc., and oh, they tell you they can see all these structural problems, and now you have this belief that, well, and people even keep that image for years. Like, well, they had the MRI image 5 years ago, and so they're always saying, my disc, my inner disc, my herniated disc, it becomes my disc. And there's no way you're going to heal if you keep telling yourself that, and if you're always visualizing that image. So, and often if you are offered treatments, hey, like surgery and ablation, trigger point injections, medications, etc., also the pain can be worsened after that. Again, any treatments you do, let's say you do have surgery and it's successful, but the pain returns, or you've developed something new, it returns to a different location. That is really a clear sign. This is because the sympathetic nervous system is just elevated. You're always, on the go. The parasympathetic, that rest and digest, it cannot function properly. So you cannot be nervous and relaxed at the same time. But, I want to be sure you understand what is not a chronic systemic or psychosomatic, mind-body problem or pain. We have to exclude, birth defects or acute physical traumas, a life or limb threatening emergency, vaccinations, lack of water, lack of food or nutrition, any drug reactions, surgeries, or other iatrogenic causes. And I want to also be clear that mind-body effects are universal. Like, we all experience these. Every human being, it is a reaction to a psychological state. It is a normal component of everyday life. It is a survival technique that we all do. So it does not mean you have a mental illness. That's, maybe you could say it's a separate thing. So, and psychosomatic mind-body pain is real pain. So we're not discounting your pain. There may be real, when we say trophic changes, there's real changes to the tissue. The tissue develops oxygen deprivation. And this can begin in the mental, emotional, spiritual levels, as I explained. So that root, just reminding you, the root causative factor is repressed rage. So, and I just want to give a little disclaimer here. So, if you're a person with a mental illness, or you believe that you may, or somebody may have a mental illness, now, this should be always co-treated with a licensed medical doctor, psychologist, therapist, counselor, etc. In mind-body therapies, they do not replace Western medical treatment. So seek the appropriate care, when needed. And maybe what you've been waiting for, let's do a little overview of the chakra centers. So each chakra station is responsible for specific glands, hormones, emotions, and organ functions. So let's take a look at each one of these to see, when do we address which one. The root chakra, you can think of this as, responsible for your cells. So all the way down to your cellular level. And it is the root of your belief systems. It is your tribal mentality. So how do you survive your tribe, right? So this is your family, and you're learning as you are a child. This is in your development years. This chakra is located at the base of your spine or tailbone and perineum, and coupled with the color red. In Ayurvedic medicine, it is an earth element because it's grounding, it's close to the earth. And physical problems, again, lumbar, foot, knee pain, energetic qualities. And energetic qualities, I'm talking about emotional things. Fear, shock, deep emotional wounds, leaves you not feeling grounded. So when we talk about the cells and DNA and generational patterns, and also cancer. And so we could definitely support the root chakra when we want to provide cancer support. bones and joints, the adrenal glands, kidneys, the bladder meridians, liver and gallbladder meridians, and the perineum. The sacral chakra overview. This has to do with your creativity, your sexuality, reproduction and aging, the power of choice. And some say the meaning of life. And the meaning has a lot to do with really your enjoyment of life. So it is located in the lower abdomen, about 2 inches below your belly button. It is associated with orange color. It is a pleasure seeker. And again, to me, the pleasure seeker doesn't just mean libido and sexuality. It also means meaning of life, the meaning of life for you. And the organ meridian in close relationship here is the spleen. And the spleen likes yellow, however, so that is different. The meridians are not exactly the same, so the color association is a little bit different. Here, it is responsible for our feelings of abundance, our sexuality, this is our creativity center, and it is part of our emotional stability. When we have emotional, spiritual issues, we can feel envious, jealous, lusty, promiscuity, body dysmorphia problems, low self-esteem, poor communication, depression, codependence, shamefulness, selfishness, enjoyment, and physical problems. We may have problems with our sacrum, our sacroiliac joints, our hip, our groin. We have gynecological, menstrual problems, infertility, low libido, bladder, urological problems, prostate problems, menopause symptoms, and premature signs of aging. The solar plexus, this is our power station, Mani Pura. It is our place of intention. This is considered the doing chakra. It has to do with digestion and metabolism, because those are the organs located, where the liver, small intestine, the stomach, found in the upper abdomen and stomach region. It is tied with yellow, like the stomach channel. It is our power driver. It's all about self-confidence and self-esteem. So when this area is congested, we can become, obsessive compulsive. We can become so negative. We're always expecting the worst. We're the worriers. We expect failure. So don't get your hopes too high. Expect failure. The worry, anxiety, feeling of butterflies in the stomach. Physically, there are problems with diabetes, arthritis, autoimmune diseases, indigestion, GERD, like gastric reflux, Crohn's disease, overweight, irritable bowel, liver disease, ulcerative colitis, gallstones, leg and arm pain, and psycho-emotional disturbances, having problems with food or money, becoming too judgmental, critical, overthinking. The heart chakra overview. The heart is the area of love. It is the most powerful chakra. It is the gateway to healing, because love heals all. It is responsible for our circulatory system and immune system. When balanced, we are able to open ourselves up to love, to being loved, but feeling love. So this space is linked with green, but also it can be pink. And it is the foundation for inner peace and joy. It is located in the center of the breastbone, midway between the nipple line. It is our chest chakra. So it includes our lungs, bronchi, and heart. The emotional, spiritual aspects are tearfulness, anxiety, depression, feeling upset, self-pity, falling in love is sheer bliss. Like, you're even the giggler when you're telling a really sad story, but you're giggling you're a little odd in that way. Shyness, introversion. Related physical conditions can be heart palpitations, circulatory condition, varicosities, varicose veins, cardiac diseases, heart health, benign tumors, growths, and cysts. But also insomnia, poor memory, apathy, being overly talkative, like your heart's on fire is what we say in acupuncture medicine. The person that doesn't shut up, they're going a mile a minute. Feeling isolated or just lacking compassion. Also, this can affect our memory, sleep, and allergies. The throat chakra, this is the area associated with communication. So that's also listening, our lungs and respiratory system. So it's the power of expression, expressing yourself through your voice, speaking the truth, saying what you mean, feeling understood and feeling heard. And the thyroid gland and parathyroid glands are associated with the throat chakra. So here physically, we can see there's problems with the shoulders, cervical spine, the neck, your thumbs, your pharynx, your larynx, your trachea, throat, mouth, teeth, gums, and esophagus. Energetically, I mentioned, it's the power of expression. And when there's other problems too, you can have shyness, stuttering, feeling as if you're not heard. The brow chakra, located in the center of your between your eyebrows on your forehead. And this is about your intuition, your third eye, awareness. And imagination. The color is indigo, and the emotional aspects here, when out of balance, are anger, rage, indecision, indifference, lack of moral courage, feeling of discontent, personality disorders, intuition, physical pain, sinus problems, skin irritations, headache, left eye, OCD, stomach ulcers, manipulative, superstitious. So it also affects, your eyes, ears, head, intelligence, your intelligence, Alzheimer's disease, migraines, skin irritation, sinuses, pituitary, hypothalamus, and thalamus glands. Last, the crown chakra. And this is associated with either a violet light. I see it sometimes with purple or lavender or white light. It is found on the top of your head. And this has to do with your spirituality, your faith in something bigger than yourself. So it is your individual one-on-one relationship with God or with whatever it is that you believe. And this is your brain and your central nervous system. And also your pineal gland and the circadian rhythms having to do with that pineal gland and release of melatonin. And when imbalanced, we can experience phobias, delusion, pride, arrogance, a lack of any spiritual connection, lack of spiritual awareness. It affects your right eye, blood pressure, the kidneys. We see substance abuse, alcoholism, self-denial, high blood pressure, upper motor neural conditions. So what can you do to support your energy centers? So although we think of these as invisible, these meridians and chakras, they are essential to keep the body functioning and alive. So if we don't recognize these energetic patterns at these levels and treat accordingly, we are not able to heal effectively and entirely. So there are natural ways to balance and stimulate your emotional, spiritual aspects, your nervous and endocrine system, because of that direct connection with the chakras and the acupuncture points. So you can definitely seek the help of an acupuncturist. You can see me if you live in the Poway area of California. You can book your appointment by going to my website, but you can do your homework and take your healing to new heights. Check out my holistic health channel on Locals. It's Living Well with drmichelle.locals.com. And I do have an article posted on my Acupuncture Center Inc. website if you want all of this written out. And I do have my sources and references on that page. I'm not going to go through those here. So again, balancing the chakra meridian systems. And what I love to talk about and teach and post videos and teach you during my chakra series classes are all about, aromatherapy and essential oils, sound vibration from your voice or a tuning fork, imaginating, color, getting a sense of, different colors and light, acupressure, breathing. And of course, there's always the taste, right? That's another sense. So using foods and herbs and spices, and that intermingles with the smell. So an example exercise, using a tuning fork and the sound of Om, and this resonates with our heart and our heart meridian and the heart chakra. And that sound is laughter, and the meridian sound is ha, and the chakra sound is yam. Yeah. And you can try that on your own, and also using your hand mudra as is pictured here. So I hope to see you there. Join my Living Well with Dr. Michelle, and see you in my Chakra series classes. And this is for anybody with interest in learning or interest in just feeling better and getting rid of their inner rage, and using essential oils, acupressure, and tuning forks. And again, if you're a holistic health professional, you may want to learn more about these techniques and incorporate them into your own practice. And we must give the disclaimer: these products have not been evaluated by the FDA. The products, methods recommended are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, prevent illness or disease. Please consult with a licensed health professional to address any health concerns you might have. I appreciate you very much. I will see you in the next lesson. I am Dr. Michelle Arnold, and join the community to listen, to watch, to learn. Go to livingwellwithdrmichelle.locals.com/support.